Sometimes the most educated people are the most ignorant. I was listening to these two pastors in the majority, and they're talking about a topic they should never be talking about, which is slavery and the benefit of slavery to black people. People in the majority should never be trying to philosophy or explain why black people should enjoy slavery or why black people should feel a certain way or anything. They shouldn't, because they come across insensitive, they come across ignorant, they come across racist. It just boggles your mind and some of the stuff they say. But these particular pastors were talking about slavery was the best thing that could have happened to black people because it got them out of their huts. It got them out of their huts. So that's why it was good. Because if it wasn't for slavery, they'd still be in their huts. And I thought that was, man, that's probably one of the the second most ignorant thing I've ever heard. The second most ignorant thing. The first most ignorant thing I heard a lady in the majority said that slaves weren't mistreated, couldn't been because they were seen as pets and people don't hurt their pets. That's the number one most ignorant thing I've ever heard. But there's an insensitivity there. And what I can't explain is why people are trying so hard to say that slavery wasn't important or deny the black experience. I can't understand that. Trying so hard to do it and to convince others. And I think maybe in part is because they don't want to give us anything. They don't want to do the DEI. They don't want to admit that there's discrimination of any kind. They don't want to admit that black and brown people have been suffering, under them. Suffering under them. They don't want to admit any of that. They just want to say that they're all good. They don't want to look at themselves, face themselves in the mirror, and said that, this is what my culture did. I think that's what it's about. This is what my culture did. I don't want to take ownership in any way. That's all I can come up with.